toxic relationship. Child, she would never say that nigga name. I don't know if she just not trying to give him no shine. I don't know. But, girl, we all know who you talking about, girl. It's annoying.
I don't hear nobody out there. Hold it down.
We're going to be done with this Eve book by the end of this week. It'll be either Friday or Saturday. We'll start our new book either Sunday or Monday. You paying members will already be informed before I release part 1 of the next book, right? But honey, this book was a mess. It wasn't a mess. It was just clean. Informative, but clean. Ciao. Anyway, let's get into it. Hello, love bugs. Hello, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and tip your favorite narrator via Cash App at $NAROB on YouTube. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, the Eve book. I don't know why I can never remember the name of this book. Who's That Girl? A memoir. Eve. As I sat in the middle of a group of people at the Church of Scientology, there was only one thought in my mind. I am not eating their lunch. No, literally. I don't mean that in the metaphorical. I'm not buying what they're selling kind of way. I actually thought that their food was somehow laced with something and that I would be knocked out and dragged upstairs to be brainwashed. Girl, oh no. And it was funny, y'all. Wasn't Stevie J's baby mama, Mimi, a part of the Church of Scientology? Or her mama was? Something like that. And I'm like, how the hell your mama a part of the Church of Scientology? Don't you got to be rich? I mean, super? How the hell was regular old Mimi mama sitting next to John Travolta? How does that work? The fuck is he doing there? Too many rich, powerful celebrities is there. I'm not fucking with it. Okay, and you know I told you it's some rich mother hunchies in charge of the Illuminati, and P. Diddy is the leader of the Illuminati, okay? And he works with the Church of Scientology. But I'm not disrespecting none of y'all, because I don't know you niggas like that, and I don't believe in disrespecting the force that I don't know. Sitting through their conversations made me realize that Scientologists take this shiz very seriously. Why would you not think that? And then why the hell are you there in the first place with judgment? If you ain't there to give yourself to the Lord of the Scientology, why you there? Don't play with these people's religions like that, especially them. You see how powerful the Church of Scientology is. Remember the dude Hyde from that 70s show? Oh, honey, they had him doing all kinds of treacherous shit, and they turned their back on him. Now he in jail forever. The shit that they probably do regularly. Okay, you won't do what I say? You better do what I say, or else I'm going to tell the world. Remember them times that we told you to go over that lady house and beat her up, and you beat her up, and then we told her not to tell nobody or we would destroy her and her family? We will tell her. We will go over there and we will tell her to report your ass to the police. And that's what happened. That crazy Hyde, they was I don't know his name. You know, the man with the curly bush from, what you call him. Ashton Kutcher, you next, baby. That Mila Kunis is pulling her hair out because she know that Ashton Kutcher was out here salivating over them damn Olsen twins when they were like 13 years old. Mila Kunis, I still like you, girl. But you know damn well that man got some predatory ways, okay? And girl, it's about to come out, girl. You done had kids by this mother. You better check that shed in the back, girl. It might be children in the back tied to horses back there, girl. You better go check, girl. Anyway, sitting through their conversations made me realize that Scientologists take this shit very seriously. I sat there completely confused. I'm no stranger to organized religion, but I found myself confused by how I'd even thought that attending this event would be a good idea. I had to check myself for a moment and ask, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, Eve, what the fuck are you doing? You don't, God, what is your life right now? I answered that question in my head with a call to action and promptly got up to head out the door. They fixed me a plate to take home. And as I walked out of the Church of Scientology, she said she threw that shit in the trash and ran to her car. Yeah, Eve tripping on one. I left Interscope after almost a decade of being signed. At the same time, I was being swallowed up by the Hollywood lifestyle. I used to hang out almost every night at this club called Teddy's. It was a small nightclub in front of the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. It had just opened when I first landed in Hollywood, and it was like that cool spot where everyone wanted to be, especially me. Teddy's was hot. At one point, Prince did a whole month of 2 a.m. shows there, and I was at every single one of them. I basically lived at Teddy's. I was there so much that I joked with my friends about how I should name my firstborn Teddy. Okay, so anyway, pause. This is her frame of mind, right? She said she got so comfortable with going to Teddy's that eventually she would just throw on crazy shits. Like her look was like rolling out of bed, putting on some pajama pants, a hoodie, and some Uggs. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, girl, you tripping on one. Because around that time, that was the time that everybody. She even mentioned how she would put on like some Juicy Couture sweatpants and a hoodie and some Uggs and go to the club. Girl, that was what everybody was wearing then. In her mind, she like, I must have lost my mind. It was like I was waking up, putting on pajamas and throwing on some Uggs and walking in. No, everybody was wearing that outfit, girl. It's just maybe you weren't done up. But everybody had Juicy Couture on their ass that year, girl. And a pair of Uggs. Stop it, girl. You're doing too much. You lunching. You must be talking to these millennials, okay? Because us Gen Xers, and who's after the Gen Xers, is it millennials? I don't know. Maybe she talked to the Gen Zs that don't know. But that was a whole trend for us. Okay? Juicy Couture, looking like loungewear, and Uggs. That's all we was wearing, girl. If I went home, then I'd be alone and left to think about things which I didn't want to do. I didn't want to have my mind going at all. Actually, I wanted to be in a state of blankness where I didn't have to process the fact that things in my life were changing, that I was changing. So to combat those feelings, I numbed myself with drugs and alcohol. She human, y'all. It happened. She human. This wasn't my first trip down that road. Back in 99 when I was on tour and overwhelmed with my new life, my toxic relationship and my codependent friendship, I started messing with drugs like ecstasy to get out of my head. That's how your ass ended up on tape with that Stevie J. Okay? All right. Toxic relationship. Child, she would never say that nigga name. I don't know if she just not trying to give him no shine. I don't know. I don't know. But, girl, we all know who you're talking about, girl. It's annoying. I paired that with weed and liquor, and the combination wreaked havoc on my body. And in addition to everything else going on, caused me to have a nervous breakdown. All of that, experimenting and combining different substances, just had a field day on my emotions. It led to a chemical imbalance, which led to a really, really horrible spiral. 8 years later, a similar situation started happening. Life changes were beginning again, and familiar people in my life were leaving. The same emotions and worries were coming back around, and I handled them in almost the exact same way. I was drinking every night, smoking weed, taking Xanax, dabbling with ecstasy again, all just to not think about anything. I was hungover all the time. And even though hangovers suck, at least you can't think straight while you have one. Word. I am also sensitive to energies around me, and I was taking in a lot of toxic energy that started turning me toxic too, like it had in my past. Y'all ever notice how when you dealing with a toxic person or a demon person, how after a while you start acting nasty and disgusting like that person? Yeah, it's because that toxicity then got inside your body. You didn't let that demon put his seed inside of you, and although y'all ain't developing nothing, the demon juice is inside of you, girl, and it's swimming around and it's mixing with your blood. Now you done got parts of the demon swimming in your body, girl. I'm telling you, that's what be happening. You be laying down with demons. Okay, and they be shooting that demon juice in you. I was back to just feeling really sad. Hollywood is a terrible place to be under anxiety's wicked spell. And when you're working in Hollywood, it's even worse. You still have to function in the eye of the storm, and you can't really look like you're in distress because the cameras will catch you slipping. At one point, I could be on set in front of the media or at the mercy of the paparazzi. So I was hiding in plain sight while my emotions were consuming me. I was partying a lot with one friend in particular, who I now know was suffering way more than I was. But we were codependent friends, drinking, drugging, and just trying to dilute the constant anxiety and the sadness that came with it. The thing about any synthetic cure is that it's temporary relief for the shiz you're going through. The alcohol eventually wears off, and so do all the drugs. Well, I'd like to thank the bitch for being honest about her drug use, because she ain't been honest about too much or nothing else. I think this might have been the first time she might have talked about her addiction issues. If I'm wrong, let me know. I was trapped in a cycle, and I didn't know how to handle that. I was just a few years away from turning 30, and I was already coming to the end of my rope. My solution was to try to escape the prison of my own mind, though that ended up landing me in jail.
Hollywood. Lovely white light, baby carry. No, all the stars and gold, the sands and gold, but it is in Hollywood.